Woo! Couldn't hold it? Okay, I gotta get this. Just... Paige, you don't need to be the center of attention all the time. What's up, guys? I'm Alex.
I'm Jason. We're the Table Monkeys, and today we're going to talk about progressive overload.
Yeah, and since we're still in fucking lockdown.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but here in Toronto, lockdown. Ontario, lockdown. So if you have a gym, if you're lucky enough to be working out in a gym with or without a mask, be grateful for that shit, because we are sick of this stuff, man.
Yeah, so we're stuck at home.
Yeah.
And we're still gonna work out.
Obviously. Still gonna train.
We gotta think a little differently, we gotta think smart. We've got bands to work with.
We got lots of bands.
Yeah,
we don't got a stack of weights, and we don't got a lot of weights to use, so a lot of exercises we can only do with bands. So here's how we progressively overload with bands.
Let's go. Alright guys, so there's a few ways to progressively overload. You can add volume by adding reps or sets. You can decrease your rest time, which will have more an effect on your cardiovascular system. But we're interested in strength. So the best way to do that is by adding resistance, adding intensity.
Yeah, and with the bands, controlling your intensity can be a little bit difficult. So one of the best ways to do this is just measuring how far you've stretched the band. This is the way that Travis Bajan, suggested, is mark somewhere on the floor and then just keep trying to beat that spot on the floor week to week. The other way you can do it is just by adding more band resistance. So one black band, two black bands, etc., etc. That's the way that we're going to do it here. So I'm going to do what's called a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, and a pyramid scheme is very common in the bodybuilding and powerlifting world. It's like a protocol where you wave down in reps as you wave up in intensity, and then back down again.
Usually come back the other way.
Yeah.
And so the way that I'm doing it here is I've marked a spot on the floor, and then I'm going to start with one black band, one red band, and then go two black bands. So one black and one red for 20 reps, then two black for 15 reps, then two black and a red for 10 reps, and then I go two blacks and a red as far back as I can for an isometric hold, and then I go back down to one black, one red for a burnout set of like 50 reps.
Right, so this is a great protocol for combining hypertrophy work, like work that's meant to just build muscle size, and also strength work. So you're getting the best of both worlds.
And again, because of we're arm wrestling, we really want to concentrate on that tendon and ligament strength, and the isometric holds are really going to have the most effect on that. So that's why with the bands, they're really interesting to add at the end, because the way the bands are trying to open you up is a little bit different than weights, because it's always trying to accelerate. So it has a little bit different effect on the isometric holds.
Yeah, and this exercise in particular, you're standing off to the side a little bit, and
sometimes you can't even hang on to it. You got to make sure that it works. But yeah, being able to add in some side pressure, so as my bicep starts to tire, I can rely more on the joint by leaning a little bit, as long as I can maintain my cup. And then the main thing with the band here is I can always it feels like I can pull a little more and a little more and a little more, and that extra tension each time, it feels a lot more real, like pulling against a person than pulling against just weight.
Yeah.
So in that way, bands can be, really interesting, and that's why if I was in a gym, what I'd like to do is I'd like to use weight and then add band tension to it. So again, I can always use a red band, and then I can start at 50 pounds and try to work 50 pounds with a red up to 70 pounds with a red, and I'll know that I've progressed the weight, but I've still got that at the very isometric end of the movement. I've got that extra tension that's kind of variable based on the day.
Yeah, but if you're like us and you're fucking locked down too, and you don't have a place to train, then just slap some bands on some trees, and this is a way how you can still progressively overload without weights.
Yeah, and if you only have one band, you can double it up, you can even quad it over. Yep. So there's always ways to progress with the bands. There's always something you can do. So yeah, if you like the video, leave
that comment button.
Yeah, leave that feedback down there in those sections.
Share.
Comment.
Subscribe.
We said comment.
Oh.
Monkeys out.
Peace.